Yep.
It's a lot wider shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your screen's way better.
I don't know about better. I hope it's okay if this is so close. You still have a viewer somehow. That's awesome. Very cool. Maybe they just stayed on our channel. Okay, sorry to interrupt. You are good to go.
Part 2 in 5, 4, 3. There you go. Looks like the lens is halfway in the clip there.
What's
yeah,
that?
there's a clip obscuring things.
The image is fine.
Yeah, the image is alright. It's good to go.
I'm also in there. So he and some of his friends got off-campus apartments in the city of Berkeley. There's a sidewalk between his apartment building and the store several blocks away. But getting to the store is a problem because when you get to the corner, the curb has a step off. It's not ramp. So he went to the city council and asked them, can you please ramp the curb at the corner? You mean you should do all that work and spend all those thousands of dollars just for you? He told them no, not just for me. I may be the only one in that apartment building, me and my friends, but just because I'm the first one doesn't mean I'm the last one. There could be others in this city we don't know about, but also there could be guests, there could be people from out of town, and also, what about mothers with strollers? What about kids with roller skates or skateboards? How about workers moving things on a dolly? Little old ladies with shopping wagons. It's not just me. It's a good thing for all the public to do. Well, we'll think about it.
Yeah.
He realized that you can't just make a request. You have to keep at it. Repeatedly. Asking and asking. And if you're not the only one, get more people. Get together. Show them, those government officials, that there's more than one out there. And it's a good investment for the people. It's something that they who serve the public should do for everyone. And also, we vote. We vote, it makes a difference to us. And if we're not going to be agreeable to the things that we need in our service, we can vote for somebody else. If you really understood my problem, that individuals who need things. We are a large segment of the population. We may not be together all the time, but if we understood who we were and what kind of numbers we exist in, and what kind of power that we as a coalition could have as a voting bloc, there's a lot of power there. We understood what this could be. It wasn't a medical problem. It was social, and it was also political. The other thing about Ed is that the things he was doing, people talked about him. And the word got around. This guy, college students, graduate students, but doing these things on his own. And his phone started ringing, and other people were curious to know how they can do what he did.
To your laptop.
Realize this can be a little cottage industry, spreading this information. What we're used to is doctors, nurses, therapists, social workers, counselors, people who study disability and claim to be experts based on everything they've studied and the research they've done and all the social work things that they've studied and learned and tried to advance in that way of thinking. And he said, you know, the real experts are us. We know more about what we need and how to do things to fix it and change it. And the best people we can talk to are others like ourselves who have the experience to pass on. A peer-to-peer approach. Peer counseling, we would call it. Right there in his living room, we started an organization to do just that. The Center for Independent Living in Berkeley, California. And it started a movement with a mission to educate people as much as possible, to empower them to be their own experts, and to pass on what they know to others, to become a grassroots organized movement to change society so that instead of just looking at us and either thinking about us or thinking for us, doing things for us, we should take control of our own lives and tell the world what we want and to either get it ourselves or direct other people what we want to get for us, our way. This was in the late 60s. The independent living idea spread and took off. He really understood that we have to take action. We have to secure our rights. We have to demand justice. Nobody's going to give it to us. We have to take it ourselves. We have to tell the rest of the world we're the ones that have the power over ourselves. We're not giving it up. We're taking it. We're holding it. We're taking it. In 1973, in Denver, Colorado, a young fellow named Wayne Blank, he had been involved in some social movements in the 60s. You know what that was like to go out, make waves, go to protests, take on causes. He was a Presbyterian minister, and the Presbyterian church out there was a nursing home that they owned and operated, Heritage House. They recruited Wayne Blank to go over there and become the activities director. He went, when he started working there, he was very discouraged by what he saw. A lot of those young people living in that nursing home were people with physical disabilities. They were there because there was no other place where they could go to get the help that they need just to live a life, to get out of bed every day, to get dressed, to take showers, to get something to eat. He thought to himself, you know, this really is not necessary. They are held in place, they're kept inside, there are no decorations on the walls, there are no plants, no pets, nothing interesting to do. When he talked to them, they just seemed like regular people to him. organized some activities, some things to do for them that were different than what they were used to. They were really happy about what he was doing. And he really had to really push the envelope with the management running that place to get things like allow them to have pets, allow them to go out and do things. Well, for a while they let him do what he was doing, but after a while they decided it was getting too much, and they fired him. As soon as they fired him, after having been there a couple of years, they changed their rules back to the way they used to be. Took away pets, took away the plants, took away all the fun things. By the way, this is on their website. If you Google it, there are other articles that have been written over the years that give the history of this. So if you want to remember all this later, you can look this up. Wade Blank, his name is. He then decided to get a little more radical as soon as they fired him. That didn't put a stop to him. That kind of fired him up. And there was a group of those residents there that he called the Gang of 19. That really stuck out of his mind. That he thought, they don't need to be there. They find out support services from somewhere else. They can get their own apartments. They just need people to help them get up, get dressed, take showers, go to the bathroom, wash their clothes. They can do that. They can live normal lives. We started for them a place to live that he calls the Atlantis community. He had heard of Ed Roberts in California. He picked up on the independent living movement, and he started this in the tradition, in the philosophy of independent living. And the one difference, though, is that Ed Roberts never intended an independent living center to be an actual residential facility. It was a place of the exchange of information, the exchange of ideas, the peer-to-peer advisory approach, but not a place to live. But that's what Atlantis is. But it's different in many ways than other housing projects that were reserved for people with disabilities. It's definitely intended to free them up from the type of institution that holds them back. It's supposed to be all about freedom or access. Wayne Blank really understood that the things that were in our way are not medical. They are the same things that fueled the civil rights movement and the women's movement and all the other movements of the 60s. They're the same thing, just in different groups. And it's all the same thing. It is these people in the Atlantis community in Denver, Colorado, that took things to another level. Because in addition to housing and personal assistance, we all need things like transportation, education, employment, just the things that everybody else has. If we had those things, and we didn't have to fight for them, then there wouldn't be any problem.
Can you hold on 1 second? If I keep it under 15 minutes, I can post this stream to YouTube. So let me just